Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that I didn't return to you sooner. I actually didn't work today. I was trying to work, but then it rained miraculously, so I was like, oh shit. But I'm returning to you this afternoon mid-afternoon for a Imagine Dragons re-review for their second studio album, Smoke and Mirrors, the deluxe edition that I just got done listening to. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for these all 21 tracks and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this re-review. Um, now, I wasn't crazy about the first song, Shots. That one was, it was average. Maybe below average. I don't know. That song just was kind of a bit corny, in my opinion. But, yeah. It wasn't a bad song, just it was average at best. I don't know how else to describe it. The chorus is a little underwhelming. The verses are iffy from time to time. It just depends on which part. Maybe the verses are probably the strongest part of the song, but no, I'm not a huge fan of Shots. Then comes the next song, which is Gold, and that song was pretty strong. Not the best thing, but yeah, it was a pretty strong song for what it was going for. And then it's Smoke and Mirrors, and I do like the parts. I like the beat in Gold. It sounds pretty good, and so does Dan Reynolds singing in it from time to time with the when the everything you touch turns to gold. So that can get a little repetitive. That could be a problem with the song, but yeah, it's fine for what it is. Smoke and Mirrors, like I said, that I was trying to explain earlier a moment ago, is a decent song. It's not the best track. I don't like Dan Reynolds' falsetto voice. It's kind of a bit annoying, and in my personal opinion, it's un- a little cringy to listen through. I'm So Sorry was not a bad one. I Bet My Life was probably my favorite song on out of everything on this album. Uh, Monster was a very outstanding song. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've heard, but it's a not a bad track. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. It is the second to last song on the album. Uh, Polaroid was iffy. Not the best thing I've heard, but I gave it a solid 3.5 out of 5. It's average. Um, Friction was a little better than Polaroid. It Comes Back to You, a little underwhelming, but it is what it is. This is what they were going for with that song, so the beat is a little iffy to like, and just Dan Reynolds singing in the song with his falsetto, it's kind of a bit annoying if I'm being completely honest. Dream was actually not bad. I didn't hate his falsetto voice in that song because it was executing pretty solid. It was a pretty strong track, so 4.5 out of 5 I'd give that one. Troubles, uh, not my favorite one, but it's alright. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. Summer's getting a 3.5 out of 5. Another song that I don't know if I really like that much. Dan Reynolds' falsetto voice in that song is a little underwhelming uh, to listen through and kind of a bit cringy. Hopeless Opus is a little bit better, but the Hey Mr. whatever he says in that song, uh, Mr. Postman or whatever he's singing in that song, I just didn't like that lyric right there. the cherry bomb thing. It kind of got a little annoying. Uh, After a little bit, I was like, this is just an underwhelming track, and it seemed a little boring to get through. The Fall was actually a very strong track. So was Thief. I quite enjoyed Thief a lot. Um, the Unknown was decent, not the best thing I've heard. Second Chances was a little tad bit boring. And Release was a nice acoustic way to end a deluxe edition. But to talk about the last few songs, Warriors was pretty strong of a track. I actually quite enjoyed it. Battle Cry, it sucked. In my personal opinion, it really sucked. It was a theme song for the Transformers Age of Extinction, and that was a horrible song to put on that in that movie's soundtrack or whatever. I didn't like it. I just felt there was too many clusterfuck of moments in that song that really make the song a complete mess. And melody wise, it's just not that great and impressive of a track. I just didn't like that Imagine Dragons song. And then comes Monster that I mentioned earlier. I kind of enjoyed that track. That's a song I like quite a bit. And Who We Are was a decent way to end an album. So overall, I think Imagine Dragons' Smoke and Mirrors Deluxe re-review that I just did, it was decent. It wasn't the best thing I've heard, but it's something. It's better than the next albums I'm going to be reviewing, because the next albums are a little bit worse. So for a score, I'll give Imagine Dragons' Smoke and Mirrors Deluxe a 7 out of 10. This was decent. I think the last album was probably the best one you're going to be able to listen to, because that one was actually not that bad. This one, however, the reason why I gave it a 7 is because Battle Cry really disappointed me. The song was going nowhere, to be honest. And Dan Reynolds singing Nobody Can Save Me Now, a lyric, it's just the way the song was playing out just did not sound good production-wise. But comment below, let me know what you guys thought of the Imagine Dragons Smoke and Mirrors Deluxe Edition if you've heard it, the Super Deluxe if you've heard it, because it does contain all the songs, which is all 21 songs. And if you did like this re-review that I did for you guys mid this afternoon, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can, support the channel. I will be returning to you for another video in a little bit. I was going to do some track reviews, but I'm going to probably watch the iCarly episode and review it in a little while. And then watch The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard today. I'm going to officially watch it today, so I'll get to you guys as soon as possible. Sorry, I choked up for a moment. I don't know why I did that. But, yeah, I didn't hate this album, per se. I just think it could have been a lot better. When I reviewed it years ago, I think I gave it a really good score. Now, I'm just not a huge fan of this sophomore album by Imagine Dragons. It's a little underwhelming. But keep in mind, it's just my personal opinion. I kind of grew out of Imagine Dragons, and I was going through a phase at the time where I thought they were so good. And now, listening to them in 2021 and re-reviewing their albums, I gotta say, I'm a little let down by how cringy some of the songs sound. Not every song on here is awesome, but not every song on here is bad, I meant to say. but I Bet My Life is probably the only song you're gonna find enjoyable on this album. Everything else is not bad to pretty weak. But stay safe, take care. Hopefully you enjoyed this album review or this re-review for Imagine Dragons Smoke and Mirrors Deluxe. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible, and I'll see you in my next video.